Hello, everybody, and welcome into Niner Faithful Radio's final post-game show of the season. I'm your host, Jamie, here to go through the 49ers loss to the Arizona Cardinals in Week 18. I'm going to go through some of the stats and stuff. I know next week, I'm sure we'll do one final Tuesday show, and the guys will really go in depth on it. Um, but yeah, kind of a rough game. I started off like pretty competitively, and then very in the second half kind of fell apart, kind of the MO of the season, especially the second half of the season. Um, it's been rough, guys. But um, yeah, so we'll get into some stats and stuff, and then any comments you guys want to have if you're listening. If you're on Twitter or X, feel free to comment if you can on the live chat. I have it open on my phone. Just kind of realized that it's not popping up in our regular chat that we have up here that I can see through for YouTube and Facebook. Um, and so yeah, Instagram, I'm still not sure how to uh do that, but I will figure that out later. Um, so if you are happen to be watching on Instagram. Um, so yeah. So before we get into all of that, I gotta do some quick advertisement stuff to get that going, and then we will get into the game, talk a little bit about the game, talk some stats, and then whatever you guys want to talk about. And I won't keep you guys here too long as I normally do. Try to keep it about 20-30 minutes. Is normally my sweet spot. And you guys, if you guys want, can go enjoy watching the Lions and the Vikings game. Should be a fun game as well for the one seed for the NFC. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, we'll be right back after all of our stuff.
Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandsystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at ninerfaithfulradio.us/tip jar. Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join.
For the Faithful by the Faithful Season 4 apparel is finally here. To see this year's designs and also save 20% off of Season 1 through 3 designs, go to ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop.
Tune in every Monday to watch Jason react to the highlights of last week's game. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner. This segment is brought to you by Shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link in the description to get the latest official Niner gear. Save 10%. This segment is brought to you by SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio at SeatGiant.com to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for bearing with me. All right. So, yeah, that game was something. I will say Josh Dobbs looked decent. I mean, he did not play a perfect game by all means. He had the really bad interception, and there's some fumble issues and stuff like that. Um, but he threw through almost 300 yards. And he ran in a touchdown, I think he threw 2 touchdowns. So, like, he honestly did not look horrible. Um, I will say that. Um, he just, was doing his thing. And I think there's a lot of talk that he's using this as kind of like an audition tape for other teams as well. But I definitely think, like, I still think I don't know why Shanahan put Allen in as number 2. I think Dobbs gets the system a little bit better, and then his mobility and stuff is something that is a huge asset to his skill set, and I think it's extremely important. So, you know, I definitely think that is something to monitor. We'll see what he decides to do. I'd love to have him back as a backup. I think he's a fun player, and I think he's pretty solid. But it is what it is. We'll see what he wants to do. I mean, if a team is desperate, a team really needs a quarterback, they might offer him money to go and play. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, defense in the second half struggled a lot. Um, we had some injuries. Our running back Guerrero got hurt, so Patrick Taylor was in. He rushed for over 100 yards, so he actually was pretty solid. Especially going in kind of like last minute. Defense just could not. I don't know. They like over pursue, and then he doesn't call blitzes. It's just weird. Defense is just weird. But and there was also a lot of penalties, a lot of stupid penalties. For the most part, Dewan Jennings got ejected from the game because he kept freaking running and blocking defensive backs, and they would get into like a little tussle, and so that happened like twice, and both him and I think it was the same player got ejected. Can't remember the other guy's name, but they both got ejected from the game in the first half. So Jawan did not get his 1,000-yard season. He got very, very close. He got 900, and I think he was only like 30 yards, 30, 40 yards off. So he got very close. But, it was fun to see and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. Purdy was there. He was watching from the sidelines. Hopefully his elbow thing is okay. And they said at the beginning of the game that if it had been like for a playoff spot or something, they would have tried to make it a game time decision with him. So it is what it is. But Purdy going in, not playing was probably smart. Hopefully his elbow feels better and all that stuff. Yeah, they took out Kittle started the game playing, but they took him out. I think in the first half. I can't remember. Like near the end of the first half, they took him out. And he didn't play in the second half. So, which is not that surprising, just because it was just a tough game, and then the Arizona was playing a lot of their top players, so like they were steamrolling. So, um, you know, it is what it is, you guys. It was a rough game. I hate losing like this. The Niners fall to 6-11 for the season. Not fun. Not fun times. We'll get I think between like 11 and 15 pick. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they said we were 13th, but I don't know. I'll have to see how the rest of it shakes out a little bit. And what they decide to do. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting off season, I think, and whatnot, because Kyle's gonna have time now, because normally during this time he's in playoff mode, so he's gonna have time now to like figure out everything and get stuff going. So it's gonna be an interesting off season. I think this is probably a good thing. I think the Niners really gotta retool, regroup, refocus, um, and just kind of figure out where they can get better, and they definitely can get better. I mean, I think some bright spots. We definitely have bright spots with the rookie class that's coming in. I mean, Parcells definitely flourished these last few weeks, especially after he had this big game like last week or the week before. Um, Mufasa and Ronaldo Green have both played exceptionally well for very young players in our secondary, so that's going to be huge moving forward. But I would not be surprised if the primary focus this offseason is the lines, like defensive and offensive lines, just bolstering both of those up. We definitely got to regroup on the offensive line. retool, figure out how to address his O-line because Purdy's not going to be able to do anything if he can't get behind, if he has a bad line. So, and then defensively, we just got to get some rotational guys in there. We got to get some depth going because it is not working for however they want to do. So we'll see. I know that's a little bit of off-season talk, but considering this is like our last big post-game show, so I'll talk a little bit about that. But you know, Kyle got to see some of the backups go in. That I think that is good, and just kind of get an idea of where he's at there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of changes this offseason. I would not be surprised. So we'll just have to see. All right, let's look at some stats from this game that popped up. All right. So Josh Dobbs threw for hit 29 out of 43, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, had a rating of 86 straight up. So overall not super awful. Let's see. Rushing, Taylor had 17 carries for 109 yards, 6.4 average, which is actually like pretty solid. His longest was 29. Dobbs did run a little bit, ran 8 carries for 17 yards, so like 1 touchdown. So that was pretty good. Let's look at this. Pretty even through the main 3 guys. Ricky Pearsall, 6 receptions out of 8 targets, 69 yards, 11.6 average, 1 touchdown. Chris Conley had some touches, all of his targets, 59 yards, 14.8 average. Juwan Jennings, 7 receptions out of 10 targets, 52 yards, 7.4 average. So, like, and that was in the first half. So he was boasting up for a big game. Jace got some love this game. Two receptions out of 3 targets, 49 yards, 24.5 average for yards and a 1 touchdown. Cowling had 2 receptions for 30 yards. Kittle had 2 receptions for 27 yards. Eric Silberg, 4 receptions for 17 yards that he caught. And so he had, let's only say one. He had 2 touchdowns, so that's weird. Okay. So we have that. And now we're gonna go into all of the fun stuff. Josh Dobbs had 2 fumbles. He only lost 1. Eric Silbert had 1 fumble. He was able to recover it. So there's that. And defense. Let's see. Did we get any sacks? We did not get any sacks this game, which is insane. Yeah, so 2 tackles for loss from Fred Warner and Hufanga. Hufanga was playing well, and Sam Okeanu. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Sam is actually like underrated. I really hope we're able to keep him around. We need more players like him on the D line that can come in and just like show out and whatnot. Solo tackles. Burr had 5. Team intercept 3. Hufanga had 4. 2 for McLeod. 2 for Sam. Tavares Ward had 3. Floyd had 2. Bernardo Green had 2. Isaac Yiadom had 2. Clyde Davis had 1. Rufazzo had 1. Like the defense like struggled, but overall was okay. And there is no Nick Bosa. I don't remember exactly what happened. They might have taken him out before he got hurt. That's probably what ended up happening. I didn't even notice. San Francisco did not have any interceptions. Cowling had a kick return for 32 yards. Punt return for 15. Jake Moody missed one of his field goals, got all his extra points though, so there's that. I would not be surprised though if we get a new kicker. Also, Pat O'Donnell did his thing with punting. There's a lot of touchbacks this game, so not too surprising, especially for Niners were getting those. So, final score was 24-47, which is rough. Um, Overall, like the Arizona just is able to put on the heat in that fourth quarter and score 3 touchdowns. So, you know, uh it's interesting. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it was kind of this game. It kind of encapsulates what's been going on with the Niners all season and stuff like that. And it's I this offseason is gonna be like I said, this offseason will be very interesting. I think the NFC West, the other team, Seattle's defense is getting better. The Rams are a very young defense who are getting better too. And Arizona's coming around. So like if the Niners want to stay relevant and stay competitive, they're gonna have to do some major cleanup at home um in the off season. So we'll just have to see what ends up happening. It's gonna be kind of a uh wild thing to do. But they're gonna have more time this season, not having to worry about playoffs, which sucks, but trying to look at some bright spots moving forward. And it's gonna just be an interesting thing to take place and we'll just have to see how it goes. Yeah, this season, hold on one second, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. This off season is gonna be very interesting. Um But yeah, other than that, guys, I feel like that is pretty much it. I don't have too much to talk about this game. Um, I think Josh Dobbs did a very solid job coming in for Brock Purdy this game. I think he played, pretty well for the most part. There's a couple there for the most, especially in that first half, he made some really good like decisions in that first half, and then in the second half is when struggles started happening. So, it is what it is. But I would love to have him back. I think he's very good. He could definitely be a starting quarterback. I think he has that potential, but we'll just see. I mean, I would love to have him back as the Niners as the backup, in case anything happened to Purdy, because I think he's very solid, but I also don't know. So we'll just have to see, guys, what happens. But yeah, I think that pretty much does it for me today for our post game show. Um, like I said, not too much. Bummer end of the season ending on a loss and ending on a 4-game losing streak, but maybe this is what the Niners need to clean up some stuff. And I definitely think we were getting to be an old roster, so would not be surprised if we get a lot of young blood coming in here to help with this team. Would not be surprised. But I think this last draft they hit on some really good young players, so that will definitely be a good help next year. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I will see you guys next week for our final presser show next Saturday. And you will talk. I'll see you guys then. Please feel free to tune into that. It'll be around 2 to 4, somewhere in that time frame on Saturday, Pacific Coast time for our final one. We're gonna do talk about all the exit interviews and all that fun stuff. Um, and yeah, hold on one second. Might have TJ popping on. One second, guys. He might come on. All right. Well, let me see. Messaging in the group chat. Go from there. But yeah, I mean, sorry to do that to all you guys. I think I was gonna wrap up, but I think we might have somebody be popping on. Let me see. I'll let you guys know. Um, it should be a good time though. I mean, this off season is gonna be whack, and it should be an interesting one. Um, I hope that Purdy's elbow injury is not that bad. I don't think it is, but you know, okay. Never mind, he's not gonna make it. Um, okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Sorry guys, false alarm. He's still gonna be like another 30 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna have time to wait around for him. It would have been fun. But yeah, guys, I will talk to you guys all later. Like I said, feel free to join me next week on our presser wrap up show. We're gonna talk about all the exit interviews, all that fun stuff. Go through that. Can if you guys have any thoughts you guys want to talk about as the season as a whole, we can definitely do that. Um, and all of that fun jazz. Alright, guys, enjoy the rest of your guys' evening. I will talk to you guys later. And as always, go Niners. I'll see you guys later. Have a great